design, working on logos and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Looks like
ChatGPT.
it's
It took me a long time to start using ChatGPT, but it is pretty handy.
oh yeah, super useful. All right. And we are officially live. Let me mute my tablet and bring up the chat.
Limited time of Papa John's by any large pizza. Mute my phone.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I had it pulled up on my phone too, just so I can see people's comments and stuff like that as well.
That's smart, yeah.
All right, there we are.
I'll drop the first chat on my other account. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the Bodybuilding News Network for a new season of Bodybuilding and Friends.
Yes.
Technically, Jason was on the last season as well, but now we're going to do a little bit of shifting of the gears and try to bring Jason on as much as possible, especially since you have three back to back weeks of
Yeah.
competing?
Yeah. 3 in a row. I've never done 3 in a row before. I've done 2 in a row, and I won the second one, so that was a good. This, it could be a good sign. But yeah, 3 in a row, coaching myself. This is
Yes.
it's gonna be interesting.
In when did you make the decision? Because I know you've coached yourself before, but when did you make the decision to try this season just, with your own hands?
I mean, kind of after last year, getting rhabdo 2 weeks out from my show, and just I felt it coming on the whole for a while, and I just kept ignoring the signs, thinking, don't be a little, you know,
Oh,
just
yeah.
keep pushing, don't complain. It's just you're just you know prep is hard. It's supposed to be hard. You're supposed to feel like crap,
Mhm.
but I was ignoring symptoms and signs, and you know I was just trusting my coach, which I'm sure if I would have brought up more of the signs and symptoms to him, he would have you know been worried as well and done things to fix the problem. So I'm not putting all the blame on him by any means,
Yeah.
but he was also having me do more than I would ever do myself as far as
Mm.
protocols go.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
definitely
don't
have that on the
I
docket,
don't
yeah.
usually need much. That's why I loved working with Chris Aceto. He was very moderate and mild on any of that stuff. And uh, AJ is a very intelligent coach. He's very smart. He gets incredible results, but you can there can be the best coach in the world, and that doesn't mean they're the best coach for you.
True.
So it
100%.
just yeah, it just wasn't for me. And I did think about going back to Aceto, and I thought about there was a couple coaches that I had in mind that I thought about would be a good fit and try and work with. But at the end of the day, I was just like, you know what, I I want to get back to my roots of I coached myself to turn pro. I did my first two pro shows coaching myself. You know, I got with Aceto for my first Arnold Classic. So like I just kind of want to get back to let's put all of this on me, you know, and if if I screw it up, it's my fault, and I learn how to fix it.
True.
And if I nail it, then you know that's something even more to be proud of than just following directions.
Mhm. Mhm. That's a good mental approach to it. I don't think anyone, fans, athletes, and coaches, no one really likes to do the blame game. So for you to kind of come
Yeah,
out in front and be like, okay, this didn't work last time, so let's see what I can do. And if that doesn't work, then we can adjust for next season, or we can
yeah,
adjust for, some post Olympia qualifiers. A
yeah.
lot of
And,
options.
and that's another reason why I'm kind of excited for doing 3 shows in a row. It's like, I hope I nail it the first time, but I haven't coached myself since 2017, and my body's changed a lot since then.
Mhm.
So, you know, we'll see how it goes. I hope I nail it on the first try, but even top coaches, Aceto, Hani Rambod, Stefan, like most of them don't nail it on the first try with their athletes.
Very
So,
true.
you know, we'll see how it goes. I'm feeling really good. I got blood work done 3 weeks out, and this is the healthiest I've ever been. So I'm excited. That's a win for me already.
Well, yeah, especially you were talking about your fertility work earlier. I think we were off camera at the time, but uh, yeah, blood work is so important. And I mean, I guess I'm not a good preacher of that because I've been talking about doing that forever just to see like what my levels are at and how I can improve it, which is a
Yeah.
topic we'll dig into later. Uh, I'll sneak out some free consultation from you. Um, but how often do you say you do blood work? Because I've heard people say like monthly. I've heard biweekly.
Oh, I don't go that often.
Yeah, it's pretty
But it also,
aggressive.
yeah. But I mean, I do think it's very important to get it done a couple times, uh, through the off season and a couple times like during prep. Like, like I said, I did it 3 weeks out just to be safe, just to make sure I wasn't, running myself into the ground. And I'll do it, a few weeks after the show as well. See where
Hmm.
everything's at. Make sure I didn't screw anything up on those peak weeks. Especially if I win one of these shows and I'm qualified for the Olympia, I want to make sure I'm going to the Olympia as healthy as possible.
Right.
Also, shout out to Natalia Coho for watching. She's
Yeah,
she's the
she's
best, man.
just
She's
amazing.
always checking in on these.
Yeah, I don't know what I did to make her like me, but it's pretty cool to see her for the last 4 or 5 years. She seems to always be in the chats, and it's
She's awesome,
always
man.
super cool.
Yeah,
I
but
wonder I
yeah.
wonder what she's
So
up to.
I mean, I think blood work's super important. Just to keep track on it. Obviously, it's not the end all be all to make sure everything's perfectly healthy, but it's definitely it's just like when you're getting shredded, the scale weight's not the end all be all to make sure you're on the right track, but it's a good way to make sure you're heading the right direction.
Mm. Well, I was going to make the reference to Nick Walker saying he's not really focusing on the scale for this prep, but it's an even better comparison to discuss your focus on the scale because I didn't know as of booking you that you decided to switch to 212 until I started looking through your videos in the last couple weeks and I'm like that's because I could tell you looked really good, but I'm like but he always looks good regardless.
Yeah, well,
So
it's not going to be easy to make weight. To be honest, I'm struggling,
yeah, how
but
far do you have?
I'm not too far now. I
Yeah,
mean, what better not be at freaking 5 days out.
yeah.
But I've really had to suffer the last 2 weeks to
I
bring it
I saw
down.
your Instagram picture of the, chicken and asparagus. I'm like, "My
Yeah,
guy."
it's not even chicken, man. I'm eating uh 99 like percent lean turkey and cod. Those are like my and egg whites. Those are my only protein sources right now. Uh
That's oh,
yeah. So um but I've really been pushing hard, but it's coming off. I'm actually backed off the cardio the last week and
mm,
like the intensity, not the time, but I'm not doing the stairs anymore just to bring inflammation down in my legs and everything like that so that that weight will actually go. The stress is lower, so my weight's actually dropping from that. Um, but I'll make weight. I'm not worried about making weight. I will make weight. And the big decision of switching was really just I'm gonna start prepping and get to my best look, and
mhm,
wherever that ends up. I told myself at the start of prep if I look like I'm gonna be on stage over 225, then I'll do open. If
yeah,
I'm under that, I'm gonna suck down to 212.
mhm,
And my entire off season was 100% natural. From trying just to be healthy from after having rhabdo, and then the fertility stuff. Like I was 100. I mean nothing.
yeah.
HCG, and Clomid. That was all I was taking the entire.
That is the
Uh,
baby making protocol.
yeah, the only thing I was taking the entire off season. So, uh, I trained hard. I was feeling good. I was somehow hitting PRs in the gym. I got blood work done, and my testosterone was 94.
Oof.
Yet
Holy
I was
cow.
hitting PRs in squats and deadlifts in the gym,
I don't even know how you feel alive to get out of bed at
dude.
94.
Yeah, it was. I don't know either.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So
For
like
those who don't know, the normal natural levels are around like 3 to 500.
that's low still, but yeah,
Still low, yeah.
like the low end is 300 up to like 1,000 is natural.
1,000. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy cow. So you were like, no
I
offense to
was
the ladies, but
I
you
was
were
like a
essentially a
teenage
bikini
girl.
competitor.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
But I mean, the fertility part worked for me. It's just, there were
Getting all the
other
ducks.
complications. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep.
um, that hasn't all gone through yet. But that was mostly with Ashley throwing out her back that kind of put things on pause. But I froze my stuff, so I'm
Oh, there
good.
you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. I I wasn't exactly planning on being a dad, but I'll be a dad in November.
Oh,
So
congratulations, man.
I'm very excited
Awesome.
for that. I didn't have any I didn't think I had any issues. I I've always been very lucky with that sort of thing where I didn't end up having kids when I was younger because I wasn't particularly smart or safe with things. But with my girlfriend now, we've been living together since I came back from deployment. I actually met her on deployment. Um, and it just yeah, it just happened. So I was pretty happy that my stuff works because I
Yeah.
definitely was
That's
thinking
awesome.
for
Congrats, man.
a long time they weren't. So thank you.
Heck yeah.
Um,
Do you know what?
I'm
Is
still
the boy? Do you know if it's a boy or girl yet?
I think we're gonna wait. We
Oh
we
yeah.
have another we have another um scanning in like 2 or 3 weeks. So we're
Okay.
gonna go in and get the ultrasound looked at. But I think yeah, I think we want to wait till
Surprise.
birth.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I and every time I talk about it to someone, they're like, "Oh wow, no one does that." I'm like, "Yeah, it's not very common anymore. Everyone wants to do the gender
I don't think I
reveal."
could. I want to know. I want to know what to buy and have ready too, and like just
Oh,
that's
well, to be
that's my
fair,
main
like the simple like the onesies and everything, like it's you're gonna be wearing the same kind of stuff the first 6 months. I think
thing. Yeah.
after that it gets a little fun, but
I don't want to buy all pink and then have a boy though.
true, true. I'm
Like a
just gonna
pink
get
and
all
yellow
the
boy.
I'll go to the Olympia store and buy the just the Olympia branded
Yeah.
onesies.
There you go.
Those are gender neutral.
Yeah.
I think I actually
Oh
saw Wolfpack. They had like some kind of baby stuff, and I thought that was
yeah.
cute.
That's
So,
cool. Just get them all
um,
fitness gear.
I mean, for real, like
Yeah.
the doing the logo rework for this show, I'm super excited to get some clothing made, and I'll send you the microphone, and I'll try to pack in some shirts as well. And you're
Nice.
probably man, you're probably still rocking like a 2XL.
Oh, I haven't fit in a 2XL in a while,
Oh, you're
but
like a 3?
yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
mean,
Oh my
a
god.
2XL fits, but it's like a tight muscle
What's the
shirt.
point? I
Yeah.
I don't like tight shirts anymore. Like
No.
this is a
I
2XL.
loved tight shirts whenever I was like a sort of jacked 170,
Yeah. Yeah.
and now that I'm like, you know, 220s and stuff like I'm like, off season I get up to 260 still, so
Mhm.
it's like I want something baggy and comfortable.
Yeah. I'm with you 100%. It's when you I think it's like an age thing too. Maybe an ego thing,
Yeah.
but ever since I started really I use the Renaissance periodization coaching app for weight training. And I actually use it for the diet piece too, which has helped a lot.
Yeah.
Like I was never good at um carb cycling until it actually told me it's like, "Oh, this is a non-training day. You're going to have 150 less grams." I'm like, "Holy crap."
Yeah. I mean, that's similar to how I coach myself. I mean, I don't use the app obviously, but
Mhm.
like, my non-training days, I go much lower on the carbs, but
Mhm.
I might add in some healthy fats.
Yes.
And then on my training days, right now my training days I'm not getting much any anyways, but typically on my training days I'll get a couple hundred more carbs than on my rest days, and then depending on how check-ins go throughout the week, I might need like one high carb day, you know, a week or something like that,
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
which I didn't start giving myself until like 6 weeks out or so. Like I didn't give myself any high carb days leading into it until I was like already lean.
Mm.
know.
What was the kind of like the methodology behind that?
Well, I mean, once you get to a certain leanness and your body's burning through everything so quickly. I mean, there's you don't need a high carb day refeed. There's two ways of doing it. You know, you can either do it how I this is just how I enjoy doing it personally. Is I like to have push myself hard throughout the week, where maybe I'm in a little more of a calorie deficit than I actually need to be,
Yeah.
and then my body's craving that refeed, and I burn through that refeed really fast, and by midweek I'm already at a new low weight.
Mm.
You know, but you could also just balance your macros to where you're in a slightly less of a calorie deficit and just consistently dropping, and you're probably not going to get those big refeeds ever, maybe every now and then, but not as often. um, but you're very consistent, and you're probably not going to be as starving throughout the week.
Mm. Okay. I was wondering
It's
if it.
really a mentality thing. It's like I don't think one way is better than the other. I
Yeah.
think one way is better for certain people than the other.
Mm. It's not like a reward thing. Like you have to get to a certain point before you have to earn those refeeds.
I don't think it's healthy to think of it as a reward thing, but
It's not.
you
No.
know, it if you really want to call it that, you could.
Hmm.
But I don't think it's healthy to think of that because when I used to coach myself, back in 2016, 2017, I did think of it as a reward thing, and I would do way too much. And I know I lost muscle while I was dieting because I
Mm.
would do so much, like extra cardio, zero carbs, just like pushing myself just so I would hit a new low weight by the next Saturday, and then I would binge eat like
Yeah.
crazy. It wasn't just a high carb day. I would have a day of eating whatever I wanted,
You have an off day almost.
literally like a diet break day, or I'm just going to eat everything I've been craving, and then the next day back to no carbs and 2 hours of cardio.
Mm.
That was not a healthy way of doing it at all.
Yeah. That does bring up an interesting idea of diet fatigue. And is there any kind of strategy you put into, well, I guess first, um, typically what I see is like 24, 16, 12 week preps. But if you're working with, because I know you work with clients, if you're working with somebody that really needs a long time to get ready, is there any scenarios where you implement diet breaks where you allow the body to kind of reset?
If it's necessary, I mean, yeah, there's definitely scenarios that happens. I mean, somebody's body just stalls out and isn't responding anymore. I actually have a new client I'm starting with next month who was supposed to compete in like 2 weeks with her current coach, and she's been stuck at the same weight for weeks now,
Mm,
and her weight actually went up a pound or two, and she's pushing harder than ever. And like I hated to sound mean, I didn't want it to come off bad, but when she came to me and I looked at her and I was like, "You're competing in 2 weeks." I was like, "You look at least 8 weeks out."
yeah.
And I was like, "I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but like, I think whether you do this show or not with your coach, because I know you've worked hard for it, that's up to you two. But afterwards, I think if you plan on doing another show later in the year, you need to take like 2 weeks of increasing your calories, lowering your cardio, and just let your body like rest, recover, de-stress, and then see how your body starts responding after that.
Mm,
Because I mean, stress is a huge thing, and she's obviously, pushing herself extremely hard. Her body's not responding, so you know, there's definitely scenarios where the little diet break is needed,
yeah. Hmm.
especially in a long prep. I mean, like if you're doing a you know 25 20 20 to 30 week prep or something like that, because maybe you got a little too out of shape in the off season.
Yeah.
There might be a scenario in there where you hit a wall and you're stressed out, and you just need a week or so.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I've never really tried that, but I've heard people discuss it of having diet breaks and maybe switching from. I think Palumbo is big on the keto, switching from a traditional diet to a keto, and then back, and
Well,
it's
I'll say this too. Like, I mean, think about a lot of people that'll get on stage and
mhm.
then they have a show 5 weeks later after their first show.
Oh, okay.
Like they have a show and they're going to do another one in 5 weeks, and they spend like 3 days of just having a few cheat meals, not going crazy, but maybe being like 60-70% on their diet, and then having a few cheat meals along with it throughout 3 or 4 days, and then they get back on track 100%. Dude, I've seen it so many times where they come in 10 times better the second show
Mm.
because they took those few days to let their body just completely de-stress and chill out and enjoy some food, and then get back on it. I mean, my body's done that. I mean, 2023 when I did Toronto Pro and Orlando Pro, they were 5 weeks apart. I stayed in Toronto for 3 days after the show, and me and my wife ate everything. I mean, we went to eat like every day up there 2 or 3 times. We were just, and then I got back on it and I freaking pushed hard, and I came in. I was more peeled in Orlando than I was in Toronto.
Mm.
It
I
actually got
do.
to a
Yeah.
point where I couldn't eat enough to keep my weight on.
See,
Like
that's wild to
we
hear.
were doing 8,000 calorie refeed days like every 3 or 4 days to keep my weight from dropping too fast.
Yeah, it's just it's crazy to think people get to that point where their bodies are just so in tune where they can burn through that many calories.
Yeah, yeah, it's wild. So that's another reason I'm kind of excited doing these 3 shows in a row. And then if I win one of
Mhm.
them, having the Olympia, like what I don't know, what is the Olympia like?
11? Is it 11 weeks
Yeah,
out?
but what is that like? Like only like 5 weeks after
Oh
Atlanta.
God. Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like I'll do these 3 shows in a row. If I win one of them, then I got the Olympia like 4 or 5 weeks later. Like
Hmm.
that's gonna be quick.
You've got a big push ahead of you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Logistics too. You have to figure out, okay, well, I'm going to Vegas, so now I got to figure out all that stuff. And then how to keep the cortisol low. And then Ashley's back. I mean, yeah, you got
yeah.
a lot on the plate,
Her
dude.
back's getting better. It's getting better. She's been doing all of her PT twice a day. She's like she actually vacuumed the house today. She hasn't been able to move around at all. So like she's getting a lot better, but
Mm.
baby steps.
Baby
She
steps
actually
for
went to a
baby
Pilates
steps.
class today.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
actually
she's
a
like
lot.
she was nervous. She was scared. It was her first time doing anything like that since the injury. But she's not back yet. I don't know why my dog freaked out earlier, but
Yeah.
I thought she must have been back. But um, yeah, she went to her Pilates class like an hour or so ago, and so we'll see how that went.
Yeah. Hopefully it's going good if it's taking this long.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I'm guessing she stopped somewhere and went shopping or something.
Man, it's I think well, I know we did. Me and Ellen spent like 2 hours in Ross yesterday because I have a buddy. I used to work with him, Mass Arm Briganti, shout out. I used to work for him, and when we stopped working together, he messaged me. He's like, "Hey, it kind of turned into like, hey, you're pretty cool. You want to be friends, kind of thing." And then we just became like lifelong friends after that.
Nice.
So he calls me probably like once a week, and the man can talk. And it was 30 minutes to Ross, and then the entire time I was in Ross, which was 2 hours, and then about 25 minutes in the car trying to hang up.
Just
It just talking about like
keep
job
going.
opportunities and work and military,
Yeah.
and it was so yeah, I like to shop as well. It's kind of where that's coming to. Is we spend a lot of time at Ross.
Yeah.
Specifically, I'm always looking for like long sleeve shirts. That's like my thing I'm into right now. Hoodies are too
Dude,
thick. Sweaters are too thick. Long sleeves just warm enough.
yeah, you come to Florida, I'm not looking for any long sleeve shirts.
I'll keep that in mind for the care package. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, because it's humid there too, which makes it extra
yeah,
sucky.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
San
I train in my
Francisco, it's
garage. I
just
train in
nice.
my garage gym majority of the time, and it's
Yeah.
just a
Yeah.
sauna out there, dude.
Uh, I don't know how you do it.
It's
And you do
brutal.
your posing out there?
I
Yeah.
just ordered an AC unit for the for the garage,
Good.
so that'll help a little bit. But yeah, it's brutal out there. But I get great workouts. You know, there's still a couple more pieces I want to add to the gym, but for the most part, you know, it's more than enough for leg day. I
Hmm.
mean, I've got extend a leg extension, leg curl, hack squat, two different types of leg presses, pendulum squat, Smith machine, a hip thrust.
Yeah.
So it's a leg day gym. For upper body, I got the Smith machine and cables,
Yeah.
you know, but I can do pretty much everything on cables and a Smith machine.
Interesting. Yeah. I've noticed myself kind of going, I mean, we are two different types of bodybuilders, to be clear for everyone in the chat. I understand this.
Hmm.
Uh, but mechanics are mechanics. And I'm noticing myself moving away from dumbbells to more of the fixed, stable machines. Um, and
I
maybe it's
still
for,
love hitting some dumbbells, but you
yeah,
know, like
it's fun, but do you feel like you're still getting the same amount of stimulus and bang for your buck from like a shoulder press dumbbell versus like a machine or a
I don't do
Smith?
any kind of shoulder press.
No, not at all.
You know, that's every time I do it, I start getting stronger and stronger, and I hurt my shoulder every time.
Ah,
I don't know when to stop because I just keep getting stronger, and then I end up with 4 plates on the Smith machine doing shoulder press, and
oh my God.
like I end up tweaking something.
You need a training partner to keep you humble and be like, hey, man,
I literally have been saying that this entire prep, not a training partner. I'm like, this is why I should have a coach. I need someone to tell me no sometimes
that,
because I have a
yeah,
hard time pulling back.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
at
I have
three,
Ellen for that.
3 weeks out, why am I doing 500-pound deadlifts for 15 reps?
Yeah, it
you know,
seems when you
I
say
don't
it out
need to be
loud, it
doing
sounds kind of funny. Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Huh.
So that's the main thing I could you probably use a coach for is someone to just pull me rein me in a little bit.
Hmm. Or even just a friend, just somebody like when you're posting training footage, be like, hey, what's the tempo you're looking for here? Is this
I won't
3 seconds
I won't
down? One.
listen to a friend.
Oh, well, you need maybe somebody a little bit more respectable than like
Yeah. Well, it's
I
not
don't
even
know.
about respectable. It's like if I'm paying a coach, I'm going to listen to the coach.
Oh yeah, the money
But
part definitely
like
plays a point.
I have my friend Jordan. He's a 212 IFBB pro.
Yeah.
You know, and he'll tell me that all the time, and I'm like, ah, you're just a pussy. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God,
I was
you're the
like,
worst.
I got this, man. You just don't want to do the hard crap with me. But he he just he knows what feels good to him, and
True.
deadlifts don't feel good to him. But
Hmm.
honestly, I'm more of the yeah. I don't think deadlifts are a necessary movement for bodybuilding,
Hmm.
but I do think you get a lot out of them. Thickness in the back, hamstrings, glutes, all of it, the entire posterior chain, and it's
Hmm.
just fun. And if
They
I'm
are
going in
fun.
the gym and I'm not doing anything that's fun, I don't want to do it. Why am I doing this if I'm not doing anything that I enjoy?
I'm with you. I
So
I think my back days are the one thing that's suffering right now because I'm not doing anything that I feel like I'm pushing myself.
exactly.
Like when I do pressing movements, I have that weight on me, and it's like I can feel like that. I don't know, like that survival thing. And leg day is obvious. Like I feel like I'm dying the whole time. So if I don't have, which I don't have deadlifts in my back training right now, and I'm doing
Well, I don't
everything
do them on
twice a
back.
week.
I do them on hamstring day because hamstrings are boring as hell.
If I ever got to the level that you're at and I
Yeah.
had a hamstring day, we can talk about hamstring specific stuff. But for me, I'm just trying to get my left and my right hamstring to feel the same.
Yeah.
And I do the leg curls, leg extensions, some kind of press, maybe a pendulum, calves, even though the calves are like my one good muscle group I have.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Let's see. We have Sharp, the
Hey,
username
yeah.
Sharp.
What's up, Sharp? Man, Dave's class, that was a long time ago. That was 2017. Yeah. That was right after I turned pro. I went and did Dave Palumbo's guru course.
Oh, you actually did that?
Yeah, way back
How
in
did you like
2017.
that? I've
Like
always
literally
wanted to do
a
something
week or
like
two
that.
after I turned pro.
Wow.
Yeah.
that would be.
I'm
I'd
actually
love to
taking
get Dave on
I'm
the show.
actually
That'd be
taking
fun.
J3U courses right now.
John is
Just because,
phenomenal.
yeah,
You'll
just because
see him
I'm
in
like,
Tampa.
I know what I'm doing. You know, I've been coaching people for a long time, but I always think there's way more you can learn. You can always be better and learn other people. That's why I hired Chris Aceto in the first place years ago.
Absolutely.
Is so it was almost like an educational thing. Like I want to learn how he does this. He's been doing this
You're
forever,
not the first person to say that
you
to
know.
me.
So,
I've heard it.
and then that was partly really the reason I left Aceto and went to AJ is because I was like, Aceto is amazing. He's probably the best coach I ever had, but I wanted to learn other approaches as well. You
Hmm.
know, see how other people do it. AJ gets phenomenal results. I wanted to see how what was different between what Aceto did and AJ did. And now, you know, I want to learn, you know, what Jewett's done in the past couple of years to himself,
Yeah.
much less to his clients and for his wife. And like, dude, it's phenomenal what
It
he's
should be
done the past
studied
couple of
what he's been able to do from
years.
a top 4 212 guy to now being an Olympia caliber open guy. It's and
Yeah, yeah,
always consistent. His
exactly.
training is so methodical. The dieting
So
is so spot on.
exactly. So like I know what I'm doing as a coach and I know what I'm doing coaching myself, but learning that information will make me that much better and that much more confident in
Mm.
coaching not only of my clients but myself. I think that's the biggest thing is like, yeah, for one, I like that he has a female course like to for coaching women because I have a lot of figure wellness stuff like that clients, and so that'll just help me out there as far as being more confident with them as well. I know right now I'm uh, I'm very conservative with things that I do for my female clients because I don't want to ruin their health.
Bro,
So,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, I want to see what other coaches are doing, what especially someone as smart as John and stuff like that. You know, and someone that he's got a wellness wife that is, you know, got a ton of muscle, done really well. So, you know, it's just more education. I think it'll make me a better coach and a better athlete.
It will.
Yeah.
100%. The more you know, the better you can address situations you're in. And with
Yep.
your clients, I mean, I was talking with Ellen about she's very new to bodybuilding and learning, everything because of who she's with. um, but I have no idea like how coaches balance the fine art of women enhanced women competitors and their androgens and how to keep them feminine. That stuff,
Yeah.
I feel like you need to have like a doctorate degree to understand that stuff.
Dude,
It's
I have
crazy.
so many girls that come to me too, and it scares me when they come to me and tell me what their old coach was having them
Yeah.
do,
Yep.
or if they maybe they weren't even with a coach and they're just their boyfriend had them doing, you know.
Mm,
And I'm just like, oh my god. I was like, I'm not obviously not going to name any names of clients,
yeah,
but
of course.
I had one come to me, and her old coach was having her do started her off the very beginning of prep on 50 milligrams of Anavar,
Just starting.
starting like at the very beginning. Also with the diet, had her cut out all their dietary fats, all sodium from the very start,
Mm.
and then at the end she was doing 50 milligrams of Winstrol, and I was just like, oh. So we took a break of just trying to figure out her blood work and get her
Yeah.
healthy before doing anything. You know, I had another one come to me that was doing 100 milligrams of Anavar, a female doing 100 milligrams of Anavar. I mean,
Like
that's the
NPC
most
level.
I've ever done, and that was like just kind of an experiment,
Yeah.
you know?
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's wild.
It's wild what people do. And then I wish you could almost like talk with the coach and be like, hey, what was the reasoning behind this? What brought you to this decision? Was it an educated decision or was this like a feeling?
I think it was just a they're not great with coaching, so
Yep.
they expect the drugs to do the coaching for them.
Yes.
They're like, oh, they'll look good as long as I put them on enough drugs.
Yeah.
even
Yep.
though I don't know actually how to actually coach them.
Yeah. Oh, you're behind? Okay, well, let's throw in some diuretics and you should be good.
Yeah, let's do diuretics for the last 2 weeks and see you'll be dry. Jeez. That's something I haven't
It's
touched yet either. So I'm like, I'm trying to get my weight where I don't need to
yeah.
touch diuretics this prep, but I have a feeling I might to make weight. I might have to throw in like a quarter of a diazide or something. You
Yeah.
know?
At 5 days out, yeah, you're probably what are you like maybe like 5, 7 pounds heavy?
Yeah, pretty much right
Yeah.
at that. Yeah,
Yeah. I I do follow you, so I kind of know what you
yeah,
look like.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much right there, which is a big drop from just a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
But
Yep.
like I said, I've been pushing hard, suffering for it.
Mm. Well, you can't lose the mustache. That has to stay.
I
So,
I was I don't know. You think I keep it for
dude,
the
I
show?
like it. I like it.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. You have those classic lines, and I was actually looking at some of the competitors coming into the show. So
Man, if I
we
could make weight for classic, I would do that again. But there's no way.
there's
I have to
no
be under.
way.
I'm 5'8". I think I have to be under 197.
No, that's sailed. That ship has
Yeah,
sailed. I mean, we all know you're a good 212 competitor. You're an Olympia caliber, dare I say top 10, I think, in my opinion, easily. So open was always the challenge is like how can you fit? Same with
I'm
Tonio.
always between. Because
Yeah,
I'm 5'8", which is really tall for a
it is
212 guy.
tall. Yeah.
But I was never big enough for open, really. I
Mhm.
mean, I got top six at Toronto and Orlando, but I beat some 300-pound guys.
Mhm.
But you know, I think I would need to be 230 to do really well in the
Mhm.
open. And I think I'm getting older. My we're trying to start a family. I got rhabdo last year and got sick. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I need to keep pushing an off season where I have to get up to 280.
Yeah.
You know,
It, I don't think that's in the cards for you right now.
yeah.
If you can be a successful, a very good 212 pro, why wouldn't you do that?
Well, and I think longevity. I think if I kept myself a bit smaller, not trying to push into the open, I can do this easily for another 10 years.
Yeah.
If I push myself into open and have some really rough, heavy off seasons trying to put on that size, I might be done in 3 years.
Yeah.
It's like it's going to put such a toll on my body.
And what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point of doing all that damage to your body and then saying that you're competitive in
Yeah.
Olympia qualifying open shows? It just I don't know. It doesn't make sense
For
compared
like
to
1 year, and then my body's wrecked and I have to
yeah,
retire.
yeah.
Then I've
Why
got
do that?
health issues.
Yeah, why do that instead of doing 212 shows, qualifying, and then going, who knows, but who going back to back to back Olympias. That
That's the
sounds like a
plan.
better legacy
Yeah.
for Jason.
That's the plan. And I think and that doesn't mean I'll never enter an open show. I mean, you see other guys do it.
Yep.
I might like not saying I'm going to do this, but what if I won Tampa?
Yep.
Why not just eat into Texas and jump in
Mm,
the open?
you could.
Just for fun. If I'd already be qualified for the Olympia in 212, I could just kind of keep filling out and come
Mm.
into Texas and do the open just for fun.
Is Kareth doing the open in Texas or Tampa?
Texas, I believe.
So that'd be kind of a funny lineup. Yeah.
It'd be
Because both
interesting.
you guys are 212 fellas.
We both, yeah. Then we're both headed to the We'd both be headed to the Olympia in 212.
Hmm.
So I mean, I don't know. Not saying I'm going to do that. I just think
Yeah.
that'd be a fun thing. Like maybe next year, do something like that. You know?
Yeah. Maybe get your feet wet with the 212. If you
Yeah,
do qualify early in Tampa, you said you want to do 3 shows. So if you do decide to continue with the other 2 shows, hopefully you win and you're placing at least in the top, so you can keep the momentum going.
yeah.
Hop right back
I
into your
figure I
first
planned
Olympia
on
back.
doing 3 shows last year, and then
Yeah.
with Rhabdo and all this, so I got one really terrible show out of it, and I shouldn't have even done that show. Had been in the hospital 5 days before the show,
Yep.
so that was just I wasn't mentally right, and
Mm.
just forced myself to do it anyways, like an idiot. Uh, 2020 hindsight, that was dumb.
Yep.
But
Yep.
and it was my worst showing ever, of course. But uh, yeah, so I was like, I'm putting all this work in this year. I'm gonna do several shows. I'm already gonna be in shape. Why not just do several shows, have fun with it? You
Yeah.
know,
Give the fans what they want.
yeah. I mean, and
Yeah.
just put on a show. Hopefully, yeah. I'm trying to win. That's the goal. Obviously, I want to get back on the Olympic stage
Yeah.
and everything. But also, I got into this sport to have fun with it and to be competitive, but like enjoy the process, enjoy the stage, put on a show. You know, so I kind of lost sight of that trying to move to the open.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think you kind of like lost some? It wasn't as fun.
No, I don't think it was as fun because
You're
I was
suffering.
stressed. I was stressed about not being big enough.
Yeah.
I stopped. I was never practiced my posing at all leading into those shows because I was
You
so
mentioned that.
worried
Yeah.
about everything else. And so then I get on stage and then I'm nervous and then I'm shaky on stage, which I had never used to be.
Mm-hmm.
You
You're
know,
sweating extra. Yeah.
yeah, it was yeah. So I think I just kind of lost sight of what I got into it for and like the passion for it
Yeah.
when I was so focused on trying to be big enough to compete with the big guys. And I think it was an ego thing too. It's like I want to compete with the open guys. That's where all the prestige is and stuff like that. And
Mm.
not everyone's built for the open.
Yeah. That's fair. And like you said, you're kind of stuck in the middle with your height and your weight right now, or your
Yeah,
size. You just sometimes it's just meant to be.
yeah.
And you know what? I will say that 212 is in a really good spot right now. I think
I
what
mean,
Keon's doing for the
Keon's really the one
division.
that Keon's been messaging me throughout this whole prep. He's like, "Come on, I know you're doing." Before I ever announced it, he's like, "Come on, you got to do 212, man. Do two." Like he's been telling me since the Olympia when I talked to him after the Olympia last year, and so like he's been trying to get me to come back to 212.
Yeah.
So
The
yeah, whenever
212.
I messaged him like the day before I announced it on my YouTube, and he was like, "Hell yeah, I knew it. I knew you were coming." He's like, "I expect you to see it. I expect to see you at the Olympia." I was like, "All right, I'll do my best." You
Yeah.
know,
Good, good, good. Hmm. Yeah. 212's in a really good spot right now. I think with you coming back is great. Courage Opara winning
yeah,
the Toronto. He's going to be a nice addition. Where's that one guy?
and
Nah,
Nihat,
Nihat Kaya
yeah,
from Turkey. He won the
Nihat looks
Dubai.
crazy. Freaking 22
He,
years old,
you
nuts.
think that's right into the top six right off the bat?
I could see it. Yeah,
Yeah, I could see
I
it. He's
think
got
he'll
the
be first
shape.
call out as long as he comes in shape. He's first
Yeah,
call out.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's got to balance that because if he comes in too dry, he's going to lose that like nice pop because he has the shape. But yeah, you got to
I mean he's
balance the
22.
diet.
He's got certain areas that still could come up, but dude, I can't imagine looking like that at 22.
It's crazy
Crazy.
looking.
Yeah,
I didn't realize he was 22. That's baffling.
yeah. Well, I think he was 21 last year when he did his debut at Dubai and got second.
Yeah.
Like, it's wild.
What a time we're living in.
Yeah.
And I wish there was more advocacy for the 212 division. I tagged a channel, I won't mention them, but they're like, I really can't really post this highlight with you because you're not an open guy anymore. I'm like, well, I guess if people just focus on open, that's cool. Um, but then in the same hat, do you spend all your energy focusing on everything or just one thing? So like, is there a channel out there? Is there a platform that's specifically 212? I don't.
I don't think there is. I think you got, people that talk a lot about open. There's channels that talk about just men's physique, just classic physique, just
Just
bikini.
classic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
true. Just bikini as well. Yeah.
I think it's because 212 is still bodybuilding. So
Yeah.
people just, envelop it in bodybuilding, but open gets all the attention,
Right. Oh,
you
the
know?
open lineups get the attention. The open athletes.
Yeah.
unless you're like one of like four people in the 212 division that has really garnished a large following,
Yeah.
I feel
And
like you're not getting the love.
Clarita, Keon, like there's a couple that they're got people are going to talk about no matter what.
Yep. Kareth, his name's been floating around a lot, so
Yeah.
that I'm happy to see him becoming more popular because
Yeah.
he's a great dude. Hmm.
So, and then
Yeah, I don't I don't know where it is
And
to
Nihat,
improve.
a lot of people have been talking about him just because of winning Dubai and then freaking.
I wonder what his English is like from Turkey.
I have no
I hope
idea.
it's I hope it's good. That's always the limiting factor of like how popular you can be, unless you're hottie. Like
Yeah.
I feel like he's like the outlier.
Yeah. He gets a pass because he's also
He,
mostly deaf.
mostly deaf and also a Mr. Olympia champion.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of like the you're you're good.
Yeah. And his entire country is like backing him.
True. Yeah, he's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger of Iran
Yeah.
or just Persia in general, like that whole region.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Either way, I think 212 is going to be a good. It's going to be a good lineup at Tampa,
Yep.
but the Olympia is going to be really stacked. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
great.
Do you know after Florida, are there any other 212 qualifiers or when does it cut off?
What do you mean after Florida?
You said you're doing
After
3 shows
Tampa?
in a row, right?
Yeah.
The
There's
last one's
Tampa,
yeah,
Texas, Atlanta.
Atlanta. Sorry, Georgia. Sorry. I think I
Yeah.
wrote down like South Florida for some reason.
No, there is a Florida Pro like a week after Atlanta, I think,
Oh, okay.
but they
So,
don't have 212. They have Classic, I think.
mm, oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering how many more because usually
I
the
think
Olympia
that's it.
cuts
That's
off
it for the
qualifications at
states.
some point. Yeah.
There might be some in Europe, but that's it for the states.
Okay. Yeah, and then it's Olympia.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's gonna come up fast. I can't
Yeah.
believe it's already here.
I know. It's already This is already coming up fast. It's like feels like prep takes forever, and then all of a sudden you're like a week out, and you're like, holy crap, where'd time go?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's very true. Well, shit, man. It's top of the hour. I don't
Yeah.
want to take up too much of your time.
I'm
Uh,
sipping my pre-workout. About to go
do
smash back. Last back
good.
workout before the show.
Dang. Okay, I got back today as well, but I need to get one more meal in because it's just if I
Oh,
don't. Usually during the week I train at like 5 or 6 p.m. So that means I get at least 3 meals in. And on the weekends I suck. I know I suck, and I'll barely get all my meals in. I'll usually miss a meal, and then I'll have to like make up for it and eat two at the same time, and then my water's always
the
way
way my
off.
diet is right now, with as little carbs as I get, I've started trying to train earlier in the day so that I
Oh,
can have the small amount of bit of carbs I get before I work out, and
yep,
then the rest of the day is just meat and veggies, pretty much.
yeah. Hmm. Are you tapering off your water at all? Last question.
No,
No, you're not doing any like hydration manipulation.
no. If anything, it'll be like you know the day before the show. I might have to taper it just a little bit. We'll
Yeah,
see, but um, no, I'm not going to do anything crazy with the water as long as the look is there. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like
And you're
why?
there.
Like
You're
I've done high carb days like the past couple weeks, like no cheat meals, or I cut all the cheat meals out a few weeks ago,
all junk food. Yep.
and like and when I say cheat meal, it's like on a high carb day, finished with something that's not typically on my diet. But I cut all that out, and my high carb days have been pretty much mock carb ups. So like I take pictures that morning after I've had like no carbs for a few days,
Hmm.
and then I do my high carb day with 7 to 8 liters of water, and I take pictures again the next morning, and the look has been better every single time.
Hmm.
So like I feel
Well,
like
the carbs are going to dry you out.
if I pulled that water, I'm just
Yeah.
not going to fill out. If
Hmm.
I pull too much water as I carb up, I'm not going to fill out
True.
because the look has been better every single time after carving up with 7-8 liters of water.
Yeah. You've already done
So
the
maybe
science.
maybe
Yeah.
I drop it down to 5 or 6 liters, but I'm
But
not gonna
nothing
pull
crazy.
water too much. Yeah.
That's what I always heard. Even when I did my own shows, the coaches were always like, "Oh yeah, you got to manipulate the water." And at the last couple days, you're just like sipping little cups. And I was like, "Ugh."
I'm actually doing a mock carb up today with a client that's doing North Americans,
Okay.
and I'm doing the same thing for him. We've done the shows in the past where I did pull water a little too much, and he was flat, and so I was like, let's try this. We're gonna do uh, more carbs than we ever did to carb up with because he's already lean enough right
Mhm.
now. He could compete next weekend, and we've got another 5 weeks or something till North
Wow.
Americans.
Good.
So I was like, let's do more carbs than you've ever done and 6 liters of water and see what you look like tomorrow. And then we'll be able to base our carb up more off of that. And I think he'll start responding even better after that. He'll probably get even leaner in the next couple weeks.
Mm.
So I'm excited to see what he looks like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Actually, he
Yeah.
probably sent me check-ins already. I told him to send me check-ins. Oh, yep, he did. I told him to send me check-ins after meal 3 and before bed. See how he's doing throughout the day. So yeah, he's filling out good. He looks drier right now after 3 meals and 3 liters of water than he did this morning, and
Wow.
he's up 2.5 pounds.
That's so weird.
Yeah. So like that's another thing. Like you know your muscles are mostly water. So if you
Yeah.
pull water too hard, you're just flattening out your muscles, no matter how much you eat, and then all that food just sitting like a rock in your stomach
Mm.
because you're
Yeah.
not
There's no
digesting it
water to
well
move it
enough.
around.
Yeah. So you need some water for sure. Even if you take diuretics, I wouldn't cut the water out. That
Yeah.
like
That's.
even more so. If I take diuretics, I'm gonna make sure I keep that water in because the diuretics are gonna keep pulling the water.
Mhm.
So then at least I know I can drink that water to help digest the food, and then the diuretics are going to pull the water. You know, so I don't know. I try not to manipulate water too much.
Mhm. Yeah. I. I'll take that into consideration on the next one. Uh, Thank you, Sharp, for all the chats. Really appreciate you guys stopping in. Jason, plug your sponsors, and then we will get you out of here.
All right. Well, I mean, don't really have much for sponsors right now. I have Iron Rebel, of course. If you want lifting gear, knee
Yeah,
wraps, lifting sleeves, all that stuff, lifting straps. Um, Also cool clothes, but
they do have
um,
cool clothes.
you know, uh, and just code Roku on their website for that. And
Mhm.
then yeah, I don't know if I can plug my peptides on YouTube. So, but
I
it's
I guess
Straight
we'll let you.
Labs, yeah, I don't know,
Oh,
Straight Labs for any kind of peptide needs or anything like that. That's another big change this prep. Just keeping me better mentally. Yeah, there you go. Um, So the mental benefits I've gotten from those, like SLUPP and MOTC and stuff like that, like has been so phenomenal.
yeah, that's
Keeping my
good.
mitochondrial health better and everything like that, keeping the oxidation, like all the inflammatory and everything flushed out. Like I feel so much better.
Good, huh? I'll definitely have to pick your brain on the next episode. Not this Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, but next Wednesday. Stay tuned for on Jason's channel and here on BNN on Instagram for the time slots. But it should be around 5 to 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or 8 to 8:30 Eastern Time on Wednesdays moving forward. I had a Xavier's coming on from Desktop Bodybuilding. He's coming on for a different show this Wednesday. So we'll miss
Nice.
this Wednesday. And you probably
Well,
don't want to do a show 2 days out from a show.
yeah, I don't know if I'll be coherent to make logical sentences 2 days
Yeah, I'd have to send you like bullet points, be like, we
after.
are going to talk about this.
Yeah.
What are your
So,
thoughts on this? Oh, good. That's good.
yeah.
Great. Next question.
Single word answers.
Yes, no. Just ups and downs.
Yeah, because they're a multiple choice section. Like,
That's funny. Oh my god. Well,
all
ladies and
right.
gentlemen, like I said, thanks for stopping and watching the relaunch here of Bodybuilding and Friends with your host Jason Lowe as he gets ready for the 212 Tampa, Texas, and Atlanta back
Yeah.
to back to back Olympia qualifying shows.
All right.
Um, so yeah, anything
It's gonna be
else?
fun. I can't wait. And
Yeah,
yeah, I'm excited to keep these going week to week.
cool beans. Alrighty. Well, enjoy your back day. I'm gonna hit back day as well, so that's kind of
All right.
funny.
Kill it.
And we will see all of you next Wednesday for a Tampa recap slash Texas preview.
There we go. Yeah,
All
sounds
right.
good.
See you guys. I think we're good.